to be starting our stretching sitting down on the floor. We're actually going to be on the floor the whole time, getting in a comfortable position. We're going to be sitting cross-legged most of the time. And if it's uncomfortable for you to be down this low, that's fine. Please feel free, grab yourself a yoga block if that will help. If not, you can grab a pillow or a blanket, a folded up blanket or towels. You can slide those underneath the sits bones, and you can sit on top of that. That'll give you a little bit more leverage if you have some tight hip flexors here. So as we get down and into position, the first thing we want to think about is stacking. We want to make sure that our spine is in alignment, that we're creating this strong and powerful center for all of our body work today. So as you get on the floor, I want you to find those sits bones right in those butt cheeks. Rock it side to side, finding those spots. Now you'll rock forwards and backwards just to help find that middle ground. So as you go forward and backwards, balance yourself out in the middle. That's kind of where we want to be. We're going to be stacking the vertebra up. So I want you to think head over heart, heart over pelvis. Making sure we're in nice alignment. There's a nice string being pulled from the bottom of your tailbone up through the top and crown of your head, giving us a nice foundation to work from. So as we get into this seated position, I want you to place your palms on top of your knees facing up. We will start with some breathing. What I want you to do is take a big inhale, pouring from the belly, letting that exhale out. We're just relaxing our body, getting into the mindset that we want to be in. Keep breathing. Big inhale. Exhale. Feeling all of our energy coming to our center. Breathing in clean, fresh air. Breathing out tension, stress, anxiety. A few more breaths here. The first stretch that we're going to be doing is a nice neck stretch, something very easy. We're going to start with circles just to loosen up those joints, get some mobility back in that neck. Starting whichever direction you like, you're going to roll your head nice and easy. Now you're not putting pressure while you were rolling. You're using the weight of the head to give you that stretch. That's all we need, is the weight of the head. Opposite direction now. Feeling the stretch. Getting that relaxation that we needed. Coming back to center. Reminding ourselves to keep head over heart, heart over pelvis. Now as we're here, we're going to do a nice neck side stretch. So as you bring your head to the side, I want you to think about lining your ear up with the shoulder, keeping your nose pointed forward, gaze in the direction of your nose. Your muscles will actually follow the direction of your eyes. So if you are looking to your left, those muscles are anticipating that you are going to move in that direction, and they're already beginning to fire and prepare themselves for movement. So our spine is still nice and stacked. Now that we've come over to this side, we've got our ear to our shoulder, nose pointed forward. If this isn't enough of a stretch, please feel free. Drop the palm face down to the floor. Once you do this, you should start to feel a stretch coming in through the side of the bicep there. I feel it all the way into my hand. I have some pretty tight muscles lately. And again, we're just using the weight of the head. We are not pulling. We could use our hand, but for now, we're just going to use the weight of the head. Taking some deep breaths here. Bring the head back to center, palm facing up on the knees. And we're going to switch sides now. Ear to shoulder, nose pointing forward. I feel I have a nice long stretch here on the side of the neck going in through the shoulder. If you would like to elongate that stretch again, drop your hand to the floor, palm facing down. Now you're going to get a nice stretch in through here. And again, just using the weight of the head, taking some big cleansing deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. What a wonderful stretch. Time to just relax, recenter ourselves in this crazy time, crazy world. And bring it back to center. Now that we've done some light neck stretches, let's do some up and down neck stretches. Stretch the front of the neck, the back of the neck. First things first, we're going to stretch the back of the neck, keeping that spine nice and elongated. You're going to drop the chin to the chest. Again, not using any force, just letting the weight of your head fall. But remembering to keep that good, strong posture. Your chest is still open. You're not collapsed in. You're nice and strong. Really feeling a stretch through the back of the neck. As we come up into center, we realign. And then we'll go up. Looking up towards the sky, staying nice and stacked. Stretching the front of the neck. So often we forget that that needs to be stretched as well. Feel free to add some little movements in here, whatever feels good to you. And back to the center. We're going to look down to the side. We started by stretching these side muscles here. We're going to focus a little bit more towards the back where the traps kind of meet the neck. So what we're going to do is the same as we started with, ear to shoulder. Now, instead of the nose pointing forward, you're going to angle it slightly and point down towards your hands. So you're looking at the palms of your hands and just relaxing into that stretch. This is a wonderful stretch for people that are at their desks all day. People that are looking on their phones, and let's be honest, who doesn't look on their phone? Wonderful stretch here, bringing that back to center. Making sure we're all in alignment, we're not losing our posture. Coming back, ear to shoulder, opposite side. Angle the nose and look slightly downward towards the palm. And we're just relaxing here. Again, not pulling. The weight of the head will do all of the work for us. Don't forget your breathing. Taking a moment for yourself. It's so important to remember that we are living human beings. We need attention to bringing that back to center. Wonderful. Now we're going to do some overarm stretching. Get some shoulder work in there and a little bit down the side. So what we're going to do is a very easy transition. You're going to drop your arm down to the floor. As you inhale, you're going to rise your opposite arm. As you exhale, reaching over the head. Making sure to keep that head in line with the spine. We're not dropping the neck over. We're still keeping it in line, nice and straight and even. Ears in line with this bottom shoulder here. And we're stretching the top arm. If you can, try and get it even with that ear. Create some nice open space in the pectorals, getting a nice stretch along the side of the abdomen. Really wonderful here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take that elbow, drop it to the floor, palms facing down, and just reach a little bit farther. Really getting that good stretch in there. You're reaching with this arm. You are actively reaching to stretch those side abdominals. Don't forget to breathe, taking those breaths, keeping the oxygen flowing. It's important as we stretch that our muscles are getting the oxygen they need, so taking those breaths is really important. Slowly bringing ourselves back to center. Opposite arm now, dropping this arm to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reaching over. My left side is a lot tighter than my right side is. I call this my baby arm. So this arm has a tendency to be a little bit more tight. I'm holding my toddler in this arm all the time, and it's what does the majority of the lifting. Again, if you'd like to deepen that stretch, you can drop the elbow down. Actively reaching that arm over, stretching those side obliques all the way down that abdomen. And bringing it back to center. Let's roll those shoulders out, bringing them up to the ear, dropping them back. I find it's really helpful if you're matching your breathing with your movement. It really turns just a simple stretch into an active movement meditation. Opposite. Really getting some full range of motion in that shoulder girdle. Now as we bring ourselves back to center, we're going to realign our spine. Remember, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Recentering ourselves. What we're going to do now is a continuation of that side abdominal stretch. We're going to wrap it around into an almost semicircle. So as you drop your hand to the floor, you're reaching over. And as you're reaching over, you're going to do some slight movements, very, very, very slow, and into your comfort level. If you can only go this far, that's okay. You're still going to get some great movement into your hips, into that low back. It's wonderful. And we're just doing a nice semicircle. I guess it's a quarter circle. Pie slice. Bringing it back. Very gentle again. The whole point of this is to help us relax, just loosening up some muscles, getting some well-needed self-attention, and bringing it back to center. Opposite side, we're reaching, and we're bringing it around. Oh, I just had a nice back pop. And we're bringing that back. If you find a spot that really needs some extra attention, feel free to sit there for a minute. Give some micro movements in there. And bringing that back to center. A couple more shoulder rolls just to get ourselves back in alignment. We're nice and easy. Now all we're going to do is finish this off with some beautiful deep breaths. It's been a rough time, and it's okay to be anxious and stressed. But it's good to remember to bring yourself back to center, letting yourself know that everything is going to be okay, because it will be. So as we get ourselves into alignment, we're going to take some big deep breaths in. Slow exhale through the mouth. As you inhale, you're inhaling through the nose, anchoring from the belly, using the diaphragm. As you breathe in, your belly is expanding. Breathing in. And relaxing. It feels good just to stretch and breathe every once in a while. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Stay safe.